Hi, I'm Javon Simpson. Welcome to JOS Recommends. Now for today's review, I'll actually be doing a review on the LOKITHOR JA400. Now, wonderful device, right? But before I even get any further into things, I have to give you what I call a little backstory, right? So this is a Kia Sonet 2022 or 2023. I don't remember which model it is, right? But I've had this vehicle for a little bit over 2 years now, right? And when I first got it, it's my first vehicle, I went to a conference, right? In going to the conference, I thought I closed the door. I don't know if it is that the door was closed or yes or no, but somehow, some way, the conference lasted like almost a whole day. When it is that I came back to the vehicle, attempted to start the vehicle refused to start. I was like, yo, what in the world is happening? So you can just imagine now, somebody that's new to the vehicle and all these things. I was like, yo, this is a new vehicle. Why in the world is this happening? I contacted my stepfather and my mother, and you know, and they were like, yo, they were far away from me anyways. So I think there were like two gentlemen there who were kind enough to try and help, me. They actually jump started the vehicle, and you know, we were still pondering why in the world that was happening to the vehicle, you know. And you know, the theory is that I would have left on something, because of course I was new to the vehicle at the time, and so it's possible that I would have left on the radio, the light, something of that sort, and not realize it, right? Now, with that being said, I had this fear of this thing happening to me again, of the battery dying on me again, somewhere out there into the world. Well, not out there in the world, but somewhere out there on the streets, for example. And of course, I decided that, you know what, I need to get a jump starter. So I looked at jump starters online on Amazon, and I saw a couple of them. I think LOKITHOR was one of the ones that I saw, right? And I saw great reviews for them, and I was like, yo, all right, then I don't have the money now. Or even if it is that I did have the money, it wasn't something that I was prioritizing at the time. And so I added it to my cart, as I have a lot of things in my cart, I must confess, right? Added it to my cart, and I was like, all right, then cool, in the future I'll purchase it. Fast forwarding to 2024 now, when the battery actually has done its time, right? The car battery did its time, sorry. It decided to start messing around, right? I remember trying to start the vehicle once and it wasn't starting. Actually had to get a jump start again. With that happening again, I was like, my stepfather would have said to me, yo, it's time to get a new battery. But at the time I was like, yo, a new battery? That's pricey at this time. I don't want to get a new battery this time, right? So I was like, yo, I need to get a jump starter. So I look back at the jump starters, but of course, because it's so pricey, right? Because this one, I don't even want to talk about the price before I get there, but this one ranks over $100, over $100 US, right? But there's a discount there, and I'll give you a bit more details about that as soon as I finish this little story, right? So I went ahead and I looked at jump starters. Of course, I had this in my cart for quite some time, months, right? Probably if not even at least a year, right? Believe it or not, my battery failed on me again. I eventually bought a battery, had the battery in the vehicle, didn't put in the battery as yet. So I decided to purchase this because I went online and I realized that it actually had a sale. It had a double sale in a sense. Well, it had a double sale. You had a discount coupon there for $30, and of course it ranks at like $130 thereabout for the normal cost. But then it had a sale price of $119 plus the added discount coupon cost. So I was like, yo, this is a perfect opportunity to get it, because now if I purchase it, it will be under $100, right? And generally I try to purchase things under $100 because, as I said, I'm from Jamaica, and so being in Jamaica, the limit to have, you can purchase things and import them for under $100. If it's over $100, then I have to pay what they call duty, right? And sometimes that duty cost is like double the price of the item itself, right? So here in Jamaica, we try to stay under that $100, and it's just recently they actually increased it to $100. Before it was $50, so we had to try and keep things under $50, or split up our items in our cart to purchase them at separate times, right? So I was like, yo, it's finally going to be under $100, so I can actually order it now. I ordered it. Believe it or not, I got it in, quick, within a couple of days, like within less than a week, far less than a week. I got it. It went to the shipping company, and the shipping company that I used to get this, because I use my express shipping company. I have more than one shipping company that I use. I use one when it is that I don't necessarily need to get it fast, but the other one, which is an express shipping company, I use them when it is that I need things within like a week or so, right? And as I said before, I got it pretty fast. Moving on the day in which I went to pick it up, parked the car, went there, pick it up, come back to the car was dead. The battery died again. So it's like Lord was like, yo, this is the perfect opportunity for you to use this, my son. And I was like, all right, say no more. I ripped out the package like an excited child, taking out sweetie out of a wrapper or something of that sort. And of course, I got the clamps. Well, the clamps were there in the package, of course. This is the package here. This is the little, goodie bag that it comes with. It comes with the charging cable, which is Type C to Type C. It actually has a Type A to Type C also, right? It also has the pump hose, right, for you to put onto your tires, because it actually has a air pump feature as well, along with LED lights up to 400 lumens, and this is a 12 volt jump starter, by the way, and the series is JA400. I believe I mentioned that before. Then, continuing in the goodie bag, you have this little package here. So let me see if I can focus on it a little bit. Yeah, you have this little package here that have different ends that you can use for the air pump, right? Which you can pump like a ball, football, basketball, probably balloon, yeah, based on the ends that I'm seeing here, right? So you can pump a whole lot of things with it, so it's pretty handy, right? And of course, it comes in a nice little bag. Plus, on top of that, I'm seeing cases for them online. They seem to be pretty pricey though. If I'm remembering correctly, I think it's like almost $50 thereabout. So it's pretty pricey, but it's hard shell, right? I think it is something that I might very well try to invest in the future, but for now I try to keep this in a little box still and keep it protected from being scratched and stuff, because this, trust me, the material on this, it's plastic, by the way, hard plastic, but it feels very sturdy, right? The plastic looks so sturdy that you would almost believe that it's aluminum, but it's not, right? It's not aluminum. It's a strong form of plastic, but guess what? It's actually, you can see scratches on it pretty easily, right? I don't know if you can see this one here, like it's, yeah, I don't know if you can see this one here, not focusing on it still, but yeah, you can see scratches on it easily. So I don't want to get this all scratched up, because I'm very peculiar like that. I don't like seeing certain things sometimes, especially on my electronic devices, and so yeah, it is pretty cool in terms of how it looks. Now back to the story. I took out the clamps. Well, before I even took out the clamps, I took out the manual immediately, because I was like, yo, I'm not a mechanic, I don't know what it is that I'm doing with regards to this, and I know that persons usually talk about, connecting, something before the other, right? I don't know which one to connect before. So I went ahead and I connected the clamps to the jump starter itself. I went, connected the positive, connected the negative, and I turned on the device. Press the power button right here one time and it's on. I was there like, yo, so what else do I do now? Because as I said before, I'm not a mechanic, and I really don't have that knowledge, right? So I came back to the vehicle and I was like, all right, then I know that person's normally just start the vehicle, or try to start the vehicle as soon as they get connected to somebody to jump start from another battery or another vehicle or something of that sort. So I do that. The vehicle just started up, and it started up so boldly. It was almost like a Mustang engine being started, and I was like, yo, what in the world? This is phenomenal. went back out, disconnected it, came back into the vehicle, and I was ready to go. Definitely a device that I do recommend. Now, the feature to actually turn on the LED is quite simple. You have the light switch here, and I believe you have 3 different modes. All right, I hope I don't. Let me just turn it on this side. I don't want it to shine on you directly. So I press it. Hold on. Oh, you gotta press and hold. So I press and hold it, press and hold again, or just press once, and it has that flashing feature, like a SOS feature type of thing. All right, then you can just press the power button, hold it, and it turns off. You have the pump here, you have the plus minus sign there, so you can go up, down. Some tires like mine uses like 35 psi, I believe. So yeah, you have that feature that you can use perhaps for a bike, bicycle, football, basketball, stuff like those can be pumped up using this. The battery seems to be pretty good itself, because I've used it at least 3 times, right, before I actually eventually changed my car battery, and it's now on 1 bar right on it, right. And let me just turn it on back just to see how many bars are there. So it actually has 4 bars, and I'm actually on 1 bar now. But to be honest, it came to me in the package on like 2 bars, so it was suffice to actually start the vehicle at least 3 times already. So you can just imagine how many times you can actually start it if it is that it's actually full, on the 4 bars. So I spoke about the price before. It's usually at about $135 thereabout. This is actually the upgraded version before, by the way, because I had the JA300 in my cart for quite some time. Only when it is that I realized that when I was about to make the purchase, I realized that there was an upgraded version, and I was like, oh, all right, cool. Let me clicked on it. The price wasn't too far from it, so I went ahead and I made the purchase. And also, as I said before, the discount was there, and it applied to not only the JA300 version, but it actually applied to this too. So I was like, yo, why not? It's the upgraded version, it must be better. So I went ahead and I did it, and trust me, I'm happy I went ahead and I got this. You guys, I hope it is that you're feeling empowered to get one of these. It's really not a nice feeling. I don't know if you've ever experienced your battery dying on you on the road, and you're feeling a bit helpless or hopeless on the road. So it's really a great idea to have a jump starter, just in case you run into a little emergency and your battery for whatever reason doesn't want to start. You can actually use the jump starter to lighten up your day. in like literal sense, you can use LEDs, and of course even more literal sense, you can actually power up your batteries in your vehicle to go about your business. And it's pretty easy to use, guys. The link is definitely going to be right there in the description. Of course, you know that the link there is an affiliate link, and of course at no additional cost to you, I get a small percentage of the purchasing cost to help, of course, with further purchases for videos, and of course to fund my education journey, because I'm looking to get back into school, guys. So that's one of my motivations to finally mustering up the courage to do my reviews on my review page. And so I look forward to you guys utilizing the link and making the purchases as needed, right? Thank you for your time, guys. It has been awesome first video, and I definitely look forward to doing more videos. By the help of God, much love, God bless.